Okay, so dear Esther, today's topic is file handling. Today we will discuss how we can read from a file and how we can write to a file and what are different modes when we are reading or writing to or from file, and we also will discuss about exception handling. Okay, so first of all, I am going to create a new applet. It is about Python, and Esther underscore file handling. So it is a new file. First of all, let me tell you, file handling is a broader term. uh, in this context, in this topic, we can read from a file, we can write to a file. These are some major operations of reading and writing. After that, there are different other operations also exist here. But first of all, you can see, and we are using online integrated development environment. So there is a section, file section. We have to create some new file here, or we have to upload any text file. We And at text file we have to write some data. We have to read from that text file. So let me check if I am able to create new file of text type. uh, yes, I can do this. Yes, the file has been created here, data.txt. Now I can access this file, I can write or I can read from this file. Okay, let me start. uh, because file handling is interesting topic, and uh, this programming technique, you can say, is available in different programming languages. It is available in Java, C, C++, Python, and a lot of other programming languages. Okay, so we are going to discuss this one. First of all, we have to write some methods. We have to write some functions for reading from the file, or because this file is right now this file is completely empty. So at first we can write to this file. So I am defining a new function, and from previous sessions we have to use this keyword def to define a function. So I am defining a function, write to file. It is identifier of the function, or you can say it is name of the function, and what argument this function will take. This function is required some sort of file name and the content which we want to write here. For example, I am just uh, 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 because I will write body or definition of this function later on. But first of all, let me tell you what are these two parameters. For example, here is a main section, uh, main program, you can say, and we have to write over some file. So file underscore name is equal to data.txt, and this file is residing here in, you can see, in file section. I have to enclose name of the file in double quotes. Then you can see if there is a content which we want to write. So I can declare some other variable, just like content to write is equal to uh, it is a sample data to write to a file named data.txt. So these are two parameters which we have to use here right now, because I want to write to some file. So while writing to a file, I have to open that file. For opening any file, I have to use with keyword, and it is very useful keyword. By opening file with this keyword, file will automatically closed, because it is very common. It is very common thing or understandable. Whatever file we are opening, we have to close that file. Just like in real world, if we are opening some door, we have to close that door, otherwise some intruders or some attacker can attack. So the same thing is here. So this keyword is very useful. If we are using with keyword, then whatever file we are opening, that file will be closed automatically after reading or writing to the file. So I want to open the file, and the file name is file underscore name. Then I have to tell the uh, mode of uh, using that file, and there are different modes. I can write to a file. For writing, I have to use W mode, W for writing, and there is a file object by this name file. I can use this object to call different methods. For example, just like I want to write to this file, and you can see here the mode of this file is write mode. What are other modes of files? Just let me tell you. There I can write. For that, the mode will be W. I can read from file. For that, the mode would be R. I can append to the file. Append is just like a writing mode, but what is the difference? It does not doesn't erase previous data, and uh, append new data at the end of previous content. So these three are important file modes, file access modes: write mode, read mode, and append mode. So right now I am opening this file as a write mode. So if I am opening this file as a write mode, so that I have to write to this file. For this reason, I have to use file object and file dot. This dot operator is used to access different functions of this object. File dot write is a function available. It is a built-in function, and I can write to the file with this content which I have received whenever I will call this function from the area main program area. So it is very simple process till now. If it is successful, then I can print some statement here. The data.txt file has been written successfully. So this way I can write to a file, and you can see right now this file contains nothing. If I am running this code, rather you can see here I have to call this function, because I have defined this function. So I have to call this function just to execute the entire code. So I am calling write to file. File underscore name is the name of the file, and this content I want to write to the file. So I am copying this variable name and I am writing here content to write. Now this function will execute with these two arguments. File underscore name is containing data.txt, which is available here in file section, and content to write, this content will be returned to data.txt file. So you can see here I am running this code. So the message is printed here, the data.txt file has been written successfully, and if you are visiting this file, you can see it is a sample data to write to a file named data.txt. So the content has been updated in the file. So it is write mode, and I just want to update you with some other information. If I am writing this file again with some new content, it is a sample data to write to a file named data.txt. By writing uh, over data.txt again, the previous content will be updated. So
So I'm
you,
sorry. Can you repeat that?
yeah, I'm just telling you what I'm going to do. So I just want to run this code again. So whatever the content was there, this content will be removed, and this new content will be updated over the data.txt file. If we are opening this file as a write mode, just let
Okay.
just let me run this code. I am running this code, and you can see this message, the data.txt file has been written successfully. If I am visiting the file, you can see the previous content is not there, but the new content is there. So if I want to write some content in this file, and I also want to add the new content after the previous one, or I want to keep this content in the file. So what I have to do, I have to use this mode, append mode. I have to open this file as an append mode. So if I am just changing the mode of the file, for example, I am saying I am replacing A with W, which was write mode. So what will happen? I am just saying this content will be appended to the previous content. So you can see what will happen. I am running this code, although the data.txt file has been written successfully, and you can see uh, this content is updated, but the previous one is also there. So it is different mode, which is append mode. We can use write mode, we can use append mode. Otherwise, if we want to read from file, then we can use read mode. And these three modes are very useful: W mode, write for writing, R mode for reading, and A mode for appending. So I am otherwise we can write some different function for appending. For example, I am keeping this function just like it was there previously. I can write some new function for appending, but right now I can define some function for reading from file. For reading from file, I just need a single parameter, which is file name, because I just want to read from the file, and I will get some content after reading from file, and I can save that content in some variable. Then I can show that content over the console. So it is a new function. Even if I want to reading from file, I have to open file again. Just like I was telling you, this with function is very useful, and this write to file function has been ended at this line number 13. So what will happen? uh, just reaching at line number 13, this file will be closed automatically, which is data.txt. So we have to open the file again for reading from the file. So I am opening file again for reading purposes, and I have to tell the name of the file underscore name. Then I have to tell the mode of opening, and right now I want to read from the file. So I have to use R mode, which is read mode. then then what can I do? I can declare some variable, read data, and I can read data from the file, which is I forget to create object of this opened file as file. So I can read from file by using this object file dot read. So whatever the content is there in the file, that content will be read by using this text. After reading that content, this content will be saved into this variable. After that, I can print here some message. uh, the content from the data.txt has been read successfully. After this, I can print the content, and I have been saved this content in read underscore data. So this content will be printed here. Okay, let me run this code. The data.txt file has been written successfully. Okay, what is missing here? I have defined this function, but I don't have called. I have not called this function, so I have to call this function just to make it execute. So I am calling read from file, and I am I am mentioning here the file where from I have to read. After that, I will run it again. So you can see that data.txt file has been written successfully. After that, the content from the .txt has been read successfully. This content will be appended because I am writing the same content in the file right now. If I am changing the content, for example, I am saying hello Esther, I am just writing to a data.txt file. So this content will be uh, overwritten in the file, and we can read, we can write. There are two messages: data has been written successfully, content from data.txt has been read successfully, and this content is available in the file. Okay, now these are two mode here. One is write mode, one is read mode. I can define a new method here for appending. If I want to append some data, append to file. So it is a new function for appending. If I want to append some data to previously existed file, then I need two parameters. One is name of the file, and the other is uh, content. Again, you can say content, then whenever I am writing, I am reading, or I am appending, I have to open file for all of three purposes. With open, I am opening file underscore name, and I have to tell the mode of opening, and right now I want to open it as a append mode, and I have to create object of the file. Now I want to write in this file, just keeping previous text there, so that I have opened this file as an append mode. So I am just again the function what I will use write function, but the mode is append. So even by writing some new text, the previous text will be there. So I am writing some content here, and I can print uh, the new content has been appended. Okay, now I have to call this function. I can copy this function from here. I can call from here, but I need some content. uh, Content underscore to underscore append. So I have to write here some sort of string. This text will be appended uh, after uh, at the end of the file. So I have to pass argument content to append. Now if I am running this code again, so you can see here the new content has been appended, and if you are going to check the file, so you can see, hello Esther, I am just writing to a data.txt file. Then this text is new one. This text will be appended at the end of the file. For example, if I am calling this method again for second time, and I can write some data this way. For example, now this is some uh, other new data, and if I am running this code, so you can see this new data is also there. Okay, now you can understand that there are different three modes. By using these modes, we can write to some file, we can read from file, we can we can add or append some text uh, with previously existing data. So these are three different modes to read, write, and append to the file. But but whenever we are reading or writing or appending, we have to open file every time by using this code. And there are different functions. There is a write function, there is a read function, and write function will work for write mode, read function will work for read mode, and again write function will also work for append mode. But in append mode, the compiler will take care to preserve the previous data, and this new data will be added at the end of the file. So it is about file handling. Let me tell you, there are some other functions available in file handling. For example, if I am sharing, we can use read line function. This function, it will also will be called with file object. Then there is a file dot read lines function. these two are different functions. then then there is a write lines function. All of these functions are for some specific purpose. File dot write lines, because if you can see this file, there is no new line is there. For example, if I am updating this text, and at the end of line I have added backslash n. Backslash n is a you can say a specific string which includes new line in the text. If I am adding here backslash n, if I am adding here backslash n, so you can see what will be the difference. You can see this content right now. If I am running this code again, so you will see what is the difference. You can see here this line is started from the new line. It is also starting from the new line. So now right now there are three different lines, but previously there was a single line. So on the basis of these lines, we can use this function read line, read lines, write lines, and there are a couple of other functions also available for file handling. And let me tell you the other topic is exception handling. Now it is also very interesting topic. Let me tell you what is exception handling. Sometime first of all, I have to tell you uh, there are three types of errors in programming languages. And these errors, one of them is syntax error. For example, what is syntax error? If I am writing uh, some keyword wrongly, you know, the keyword is print, the function is print, and I am writing print, so it is a syntax error. This program will not execute according to our desire. You can see here it is issuing some sort of error. It is saying print is not defined. Did you mean print? So these type of errors are syntax errors. If we are writing some keyword or some predefined functions wrongly, then the other error is logical error. So these errors are very interesting. Now what are these errors? For example, I just want to use here append mode. I want to open this file as an append mode, but mistakenly I have opened this file as a write mode. So what will happen? This this previous text will be erased, because let me run this code for once, then I will tell what will happen. Right now I have opened this file as a append mode, but if I am changing this file opening as a write mode, what will happen? First of all, it will write this line, then it will read some line, then it will write again. Because I am opening this file as a write mode, so it will erase this text and write this one. After that, I am calling this function again, content to append, this function append to file function. So what will happen? At the end there is only a single line, and that will be, now this is some other new data. Just to show you, I have to run this code, and you can see what is the situation with the file. But let me tell you, I just want to open open this file as a append mode, but mistakenly I have written here W. So these type of errors are logical errors. I was thinking something else, but I am doing some other thing. And these type of things are happening in real life. Whenever some person is growing old, he want to call someone. For example, he want to call Esther, but he is calling some different name, but actually he want to call Esther. So these type of errors are known as logical error. So it is the second type of error, but the third one is runtime error. This type of errors are interesting if when the program is running, if we, for example, if we want to read from some file, but the file is not there, so runtime error will occur because code is fine, everything is fine, there is no logical error, but the file which we want to open, which we want to read from, which we want to write to is not there. For example, I am changing the file name here. I am saying data1. So there is no data1 file, there is only data.txt existing. When I will run this file, you can see uh, yes, it has created this file, new data1 file, but let me tell you, if I am okay, how I can explain this to you. Let me check. If I am making this content as a comment, and I just want to read from a file, I am also making this content as a comment. It will end here, and I just want to read from file, so that I have to make this line also as a comment, this line also as a comment. I just want to read from file, I don't want to append. Okay, now I think it will issue some sort of error because data2.txt is not there. Let me run this code again so you can see here what it is saying. It is saying file not found error, no such file or directory data2.txt. So these type of errors are known as runtime error. The code is fine, there is no syntax error, there is no problem with the syntax. If I am changing the name of the file, then everything is fine, everything will work fine. But what was the issue? The issue is very simple. There is no file available in this context, which is data2.txt. So these type of errors are known as runtime errors. To control runtime errors, let me tell you. Okay, to control runtime errors by ourselves, or you can say by programmer, there is a programming technique which is known as exception handling. Exception handling, if we want to, because runtime error could occur anytime uh, due to some reason, but as a programmer, we can assess, we can uh, we can analyze which code is there, due to which some sort of exception could happen, some sort of runtime error could happen. So it is very obvious, if I am opening some file, if I want to read from some file, so it is possible that file is not there. So what I have to do, I have to do some sort of exception handling. Now the question is this: how we can handle these type of exceptions? What is the process? So let me tell you, the code which is sensitive enough, which we believe could generate some sort of exception, we have to write that code in try block, because this is code which we have to write in try block. So I already have told you, uh, indentation is very necessary here in Python, so I have to change some sort of indentation. So you can see all of this code is written in try block. It is a try block. If the file is not there, which we are going to read, if the file is not there, then we can control the exception, we can control the runtime error. How we will control this? We have to write here some accept block, accept block, and in this accept block we have to, because previously, what was the error there? The error was there, file not found. We have to write some sort of error here. These errors are predefined. These errors uh, are well known before time. File not found error is there. So I am writing here file not found error. Then as exception, exception is a variable which is, you can say, built in. Now I can print some sort of error here to control this exception. Error reading from the file. Then I can print this Now to show all of this thing to you, I have to change the name of the file, because right now I'm just reading rest of the code, which was belong to writing to the file, which was belong to uh, appending to the file. I have made all of that content as a comment. Right now I just want to read from the file, and you can see here I have changed the name of the file, and there is no such file available. There is data.txt, there is data1.txt, but data2.txt is not there. So you can see, if I am running this code, what will happen? You can see it is written in white text, error reading from the file, and there is a error code. It is saying no such file or directory, which is data2.txt. If I am not uh, doing exception handling here, what will happen? If some other code is associated with this program, then all of the code is stopped, all of the program is halted, all of the program is not doing work, everything will be ruined. But this way I am handling this runtime error explicitly by the programmer. Now I can control this error. I can present here some very simple example. For example, if scientists, now if different scientists, for example, if someone, now there is some sort of tornado is coming, there is some sort of flood is coming, so they can take some uh, uh, cautionary measures. They can take some measures. Flood is there, tornado is there, but they are controlling that flood. They are giving some way to go through that flood, to pass that water safely. They are giving some safe path to the water or tornado. The same way, the same thing is here. We know this code can be can uh, present some sort of error. This file, sometime this file is not there, so we have to do some sort of exception handling. Whenever there is a sensitive code, we can write that code in try block, and we can write some sort of exception. So this thing will happen. Before that, what was happening? I am just making this line as a comment. I am also making this line as a comment, this line as a comment. Now you can see what was happening previously. If I am not doing exception handling, so what will happen? You can see there is a error. These red lines shows an error. And let me repeat it again. If there is some other code associated with this program, all of the code will not execute. But if I am doing exception handling, then I am controlling everything. I am controlling everything. I am controlling errors. I am controlling behavior of the program. So there is no uncontrolled behavior. So you can see it is saying error reading from the file. So it is all about the file handling, reading from the file, writing to the file, different file modes, file object. And we are using this file object. This one we can call different methods: read, write, uh, and there is a exception handling. I have included this exception handling in this previous code also. So it is all about today's topic. Now if you have any question, if you have any confusion, you are welcome to discuss. You can ask, please.